play 𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬. I'll play the Catalan. I guess that's one of the openings that's been suggested. Yeah, sorry about that. I wasn't able to read the chat in the last few. Yeah, 𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬's game, he had 1 minute. Of course, he get 30 seconds increment per move, but he had 1 minute. And I guess he didn't think the endgame was winning because there were some lines where white could trade queens in the Maxim game. And I guess 𝙬𝙬𝙬 wasn't able to calculate it well enough. But I think the endgame without the queens, after the trade of queens, should be winning for white. Bishop takes c5. So actually, the reason I'm not playing the World Cup is because it's very difficult to travel with the COVID in Russia and in Europe. Also, COVID is very high in Russia right now, in Moscow and St. Petersburg. So I think it's a good idea not to go. For example, Ivan Oronian forfeited his game today due to some symptoms. And also, I think there were a few players in the tournament who weren't able to participate because of COVID. So I think it's better to wait to sit it out at the moment. Rook c4. Yes, I'm vaccinated with Pfizer, but I don't think it's. I don't think the variant cares whether you're vaccinated or not. Like, you can still get the variant. For example, Ivan Oronian had COVID already earlier last year, but I think it's very possible you could get it twice. Maybe I could. I was planning to play this position with a rook and pawn for 2 pieces. Maybe it's not such a good idea, so maybe I should have played rook f1 earlier. It said my rook was an a1. Yes, hi Gogo United. Hi Ernest Paris. My favorite opening has always been the Ruy Lopez and also the Queen's Gambit. The vaccine prevents serious infection, also in case of the variants. Yeah, maybe that's true. You get a lesser form of COVID if you're vaccinated, but you'll still get it. H5. Yeah, so it's better to be vaccinated than not, clearly. But I think it's very difficult to travel nowadays. There's a lot of requirements in order to travel, and it's just a big headache. Applying for a Russian visa and then having all the COVID tests. So I think it was better to stay at home at the moment. E5. Pawn G7 is very weak. And I think I have plenty of tournaments this year. There's the Grand Chess Tour and the Champions Chess Tour. So I have a lot of tournaments to prepare for. Also, there's the US Championship this year. So I think if I do well in the Grand Chess Tour, it will be worth it missing the World Cup. 96, King G6. But yeah, obviously I was regretting it at first, not playing the World Cup. I think it's too crazy this year to travel, play too much. With COVID, it's a lot riskier even with vaccines. Check. How can I create a challenge? Just go to the old playing. Just go to the old play zone and challenge. I accept 3+0 or 3+2. Here, okay, 7. Yeah, I think 𝙬𝙬𝙬𝙬 defended well at some point, but now he's losing the endgame. Wesley, who is the best player now? Well, I think the best player is Magnus. I think, as you can see from his recent games, I think he's preparing hard for the World Championship match. I think he won a very good game today with the black pieces. It's never easy to win with black. What's my objective this year in chess? Yeah, good question. My objective this year is to try to win the Grand Chess Tour, first of all. And then try to defend my title in the US Championship. I guess those are my two main objectives. Rating doesn't really matter that much. Rating is just so you can qualify in some tournaments. But I think I have a very good chance to win the Grand Chess Tour this year. But I need to play well in St. Louis. So